Breaking news, y'all. You won't believe what just exploded in these streets. Chrisean rock is completely shattered. In the latest chapter of this never-ending roller coaster, Blueface has publicly rejected her again and doubled down hard, flat out denying he's the father of their son. Chrisean Jr. tears, screams, emotional live streams. This one hit different. Fans are flooding Twitter saying she broke down like we've never seen before. Imagine carrying a child, fighting through every storm with this man, only for him to look you in the face, through a post, through a live, and say, "Junior is not my biological son. R.I.P. to his father Ronnie." Just like that. Cold. The same Blueface who's been in and out of their lives, who's posted with the baby, who's called him son on camera. Now flipping the script completely. Social media is on fire. Hashtags like #Blueface denial and #Chrisean breakdown are trending worldwide. One Twitter thread with alleged screenshots of old DMs is already at 500,000 views. Fans are split. Some dragging Blueface for playing in her face for years. Others saying Chrisean knew what she signed up for with this toxic love. But here's the thing. This isn't just another petty celebrity tweet. This is a mother breaking in real time while the world watches. Sources close to the family say Chrisean was sobbing uncontrollably after seeing Blueface's statement. She went live, voice cracking, defending her baby and the truth she's been holding on to. Is this the final nail in their chaotic saga? Or is there more receipts coming? Stick around because we're diving deep into every twist, every leaked message, every heated family moment that led to this heartbreaking explosion. You're not going to want to miss what happens next. Chrisean Rock and Blueface have been Hollywood's most volatile couple for years, on again, off again, with a baby on the way, jail time, public fights, and makeups that look straight out of a movie script. When little Chrisean Jr. arrived, many thought the child would finally be the glue that held them together through every storm. Blueface was there, at least in flashes. He posted those cute moments with the baby. He called him son on camera. The internet ate it up, rooting for the chaotic family to find some stability. But behind the cameras, the tension was always boiling just beneath the surface. Fast forward to early 2026, and Blueface dropped the bomb once again. He publicly declared that Junior is not his biological son. He even named Ronnie, widely believed to be Karen Ronnie Doe, Chrisean's ex, who tragically passed away in early 2025. Blueface said he could no longer continue with what he called the plot, because he is a present father to all his other children and refuses to be painted as an absent dad to a child that isn't biologically his. The words hit like a slap. The internet absolutely lost it in real time. Chrisean refused to stay quiet. In emotional clips that started circulating everywhere, she appeared visibly shaken, talking about how Blueface has actually been present in their son's life. But they kept many of those moments private to avoid feeding the endless drama. She shared what fans are calling evidence, timestamps, messages, and intimate details only a real parent would know. "He is a present father for my son," she said, her voice breaking with emotion. "We just don't broadcast it because I don't like the drama." Blueface was not backing down one bit. He went on live streams, doubling down on his claims and even referencing earlier DNA tests that he says proved his point. Fans quickly dug up old clips where he questioned the paternity right after the birth. Then there were the 2025 moments where he seemed to fully accept the child again. The constant flip-flopping left everyone feeling dizzy and confused about what was real. Twitter threads exploded overnight. One popular post laid out the entire timeline in detail. The pregnancy announcement, Blueface's initial doubts, the jail releases, the on and off romance, Ronnie's involvement during their breaks, the tragic loss, and now this latest public rejection. The comments flooded in by the thousands. Blueface is cold-blooded for this. One user wrote with crying emojis. Another said, "Chrisean deserves better. She's been through too much with this man." Yet some defended him, asking for concrete proof while noting, "But the baby looks just like him though? Receipts or it didn't happen?" Sources close to the family revealed that Chrisean's inner circle is deeply divided. Some friends are urging her to finally move on for her own peace and, most importantly, for her son's sake. Others are hyping her up to keep fighting for the truth she believes in. One alleged leaked direct message from a close friend read something like, "Sis, he's using this for clout again. Don't let him break you down like this." This latest denial hit Chrisean at a particularly vulnerable time. She had been focusing on herself, getting into boxing, prioritizing motherhood, and trying to build something stable. But Blueface's words pulled her right back into the center of the chaos. Viewers tuned in as she went live, her voice cracking as she addressed the manipulation claims head-on. She spoke about her discernment being on point, and how she wouldn't let anyone rewrite their history to fit a new narrative. The spark that ignited this latest explosion goes back to years of mixed signals and public performances of family life. Every time they seemed to find common ground for the baby, something would pull them apart again. Now, with Blueface choosing to go public with the denial, the stakes feel higher than ever. Fans are shocked across the platform, calling it love and hip-hop on steroids. Hashtags like #BluefaceDenial and #Chrisean Breakdown started trending worldwide within hours. The divide is real, with supporters on both sides making their voices heard loud and clear. This isn't just another petty celebrity tweet war. It is a mother visibly breaking under the weight of rejection, while the whole world watches and comments. The emotional toll is undeniable, and the story keeps unfolding with new layers every single day. What started as a spark has now become a full-blown fire, and everyone is waiting to see what rises from the ashes next. But wait, it gets even messier from there. After Blueface dropped his latest denial post, Chrisean reportedly experienced a full emotional breakdown that played out in real time for the world to see. Multiple fan accounts captured her going live on social media, tears streaming down her face, her voice raw with pain and frustration. She poured her heart out about the years of back and forth, the love they shared, the hurt that kept accumulating, and the baby they brought into this world together. Sources close to her described her as sobbing uncontrollably after reading Blueface's statement, feeling completely rejected both as a woman and as a dedicated mother who had fought through every obstacle. Social media amplified every moment of her pain. Trending threads compiled alleged screenshots of old conversations where Blueface had supposedly expressed doubts privately, while playing the role of the proud family man publicly. Another set of clips showed Chrisean directly confronting the situation, accusing him of being manipulative and only wanting their son around when it suited him for content or clout. The raw emotion in her words struck a chord with so many watching. "Why keep doing this to us?" she asked through the tears, defending her child and the truth she had been holding onto for so long. Fans were left shocked across Twitter as the videos spread like wildfire. "This is love and hip-hop on steroids," one viral comment read, capturing the chaotic energy perfectly. Hashtags supporting Chrisean lit up the timeline, with mothers from all walks of life sharing their own painful baby daddy stories and calling out the heavy emotional toll this kind of public rejection takes. The internet felt united in one moment and bitterly divided in the next, creating a storm of opinions that refused to die down. Here is where the story took another twist that left everyone gasping for air. Blueface later appeared on a popular show and openly admitted that he had gone along with the fatherhood storyline earlier for monetary reasons, and because it made for compelling content. He insisted the lie had been good for business at the time, but now he was done pretending. The revelation added gasoline to the already raging fire. Chrisean's response came swift and filled with both fire and heartbreak. She clapped back strongly, reminding the world of private moments only a real co-parent would remember. Alleged private messages that leaked showed coordination around their child's needs and care, painting a picture far more involved than Blueface was now publicly claiming. The family found itself deeply divided in the aftermath. Blueface's side pushed hard on the truth narrative, emphasizing his responsibilities to his other children. Chrisean's team stood firm on the evidence of his presence and the biological connection they believed existed. Twitter polls popped up everywhere asking, "Is Blueface really the father? Yes or no?" The results stayed split right down the middle, with thousands voting within just a few hours of each new update. This chapter of the saga revealed the real human costs behind all the headlines and viral clips. Chrisean, who has battled so much publicly over the years, appeared to be breaking down in ways that humanized her beyond the drama that often overshadows her strength. It was no longer simple celebrity gossip. It became the story of a mother fiercely fighting for her son's future and her own peace of mind while the cameras kept rolling and the comments kept pouring in. Every new live stream, every emotional outburst, and every alleged receipt added another layer to the already complicated narrative. People watched as Chrisean tried to gather herself, speaking about the importance of protecting her child from the constant spotlight and negativity. She addressed the manipulation claims directly, refusing to let the story be rewritten in a way that made her seem unstable or unreliable. Meanwhile, Blueface continued his own narrative on streams, sometimes dismissive and other times intensely defensive. The back and forth created an endless cycle that kept the entire internet invested and scrolling for more. This breakdown moment became a turning point that many fans say they will never forget. It showed the vulnerability behind Chrisean's tough exterior and the genuine pain caused by years of mixed signals. The receipts kept coming in the form of old videos, text exchanges, and insider accounts that only fueled more debates. What started as a denial post had now evolved into a deeply personal and very public emotional unraveling that no one could look away from. The drama continued escalating with each passing day, leaving supporters wondering how much more either of them could take before something truly broke for good. Hold up, because just when you think it cannot get any wilder, the plot thickens even more. Reports quickly emerged of heated phone calls and group chats that were blowing up behind the scenes. Family members on both sides were weighing in heavily, some trying to mediate and others taking clear sides in the ongoing conflict. One insider source revealed that Chrisean's camp felt deeply betrayed after years of mixed signals and what they saw as repeated public performances of family life. Blueface, on the other hand, appeared focused on his other responsibilities and upcoming projects, sometimes referring to the drama as great content during his streams. The contrast in their approaches only added fuel to the already intense fire. Then came the tattoo removal session that hit fans right in the feelings. On Father's Day of all days, Chrisean reportedly began the process of removing Blueface's face from her body. Clips and photos from the session showed her sitting in the chair, looking emotional as the ink that once symbolized their connection started to fade. Many fans viewed it as a powerful symbolic move, a clear sign that she was finally trying to close this painful chapter for good. She has really done this time, people commented across social media platforms, with the images spreading rapidly and sparking countless discussions. But is she truly done? In true Chrisean and Blueface fashion, there always seemed to be new layers waiting to unfold. Alleged new romantic interests entered the conversation, sparking jealous reactions and more heated exchanges that played out publicly. One particular clip showed Chrisean going off passionately about the manipulative patterns she had endured, refusing to let anyone paint her as the unstable one, while she continued protecting her child above everything else. Her words carried the weight of someone who had been through far too much and was now drawing a firm line. Twitter remained in absolute flames as the story developed. Dedicated threads analyzed everything from the baby's features to old DNA claims and detailed timelines involving Ronnie Doe. Some fans defended Blueface's right to speak his truth, no matter how harsh it sounded. Others called the public denial a form of cruel abandonment that no child should have to witness. YouTube comment sections under reaction videos turned into complete war zones, filled with passionate takes. "This is toxic, but I cannot look away," one viewer admitted. Another wrote, "Praying for that baby boy above everything else in this mess." The escalation showed no signs of slowing down. New alleged receipts continued to surface almost daily, including old text messages, video timestamps, and comments from various family members that only deepened the divide. The rejection was not just empty words. It was actively affecting potential custody discussions, public perception, and Chrisean's hard-earned mental peace. She had been working on herself through boxing and motherhood, yet this latest chapter pulled her back into the spotlight in the most painful way possible. Family fallout became one of the most talked about aspects of the entire situation. Relatives on Chrisean's side expressed frustration over the repeated emotional whiplash, while those connected to Blueface emphasized his responsibilities to all his children. The public watched as old alliances shifted and new tensions arose. Sources claimed that private conversations grew increasingly intense, with accusations flying in both directions. Through it all, Chrisean remained focused on her son, repeatedly stating that his well-being came before any public narrative or personal vendetta. This phase of the drama highlighted deeper issues that many viewers could relate to on a personal level. Co-parenting under the harsh glare of social media, mental health struggles that get amplified online, and the blurred lines between real life and content creation for clout. Chrisean's strength in the face of escalating twists, earned her waves of support from mothers and fans who saw themselves in her fight. Yet the constant twists kept everyone on edge, wondering what shocking revelation would drop next. The family remained divided, with very few signs of reconciliation on the horizon. Blueface continued addressing the situation in his own way during lives and appearances, sometimes brushing it off and other times defending his position firmly. Chrisean, meanwhile, channeled her energy into responding with clarity and emotional honesty that resonated with so many. The escalating nature of the story turned it into must-watch entertainment for some, and a heartbreaking cautionary tale for others. Every new development added another twist, keeping the internet hooked and the conversation alive across every platform. The drama showed no signs of fading quietly into the background. And now we arrive at the freshest explosion in this never-ending saga. In the days following Blueface's public denial, Chrisean's emotional response videos captured her strength visibly cracking under the intense pressure. She addressed the presence versus absence debate directly, sharing that Blueface had been more involved in their son's life than he was now letting on publicly. However, she emphasized that their agreement was to keep many moments private to shield the child from unnecessary drama. Fans rallied around her with an outpouring of support, flooding her pages with messages of love, prayers, and encouragement. Many praised her resilience as a mother fighting to protect her child's story and future. Blueface, staying true to his style, continued streaming and addressing the situation on his own terms. He sometimes sounded dismissive while at other moments appeared intensely defensive about his position. The constant back and forth created an addictive cycle that kept the entire internet invested and refreshing their feeds for the latest updates. New alleged receipts surfaced almost daily, including old texts, video timestamps, and insider accounts that fueled even more heated debates across platforms. This saga brought deeper issues into the spotlight, such as the challenges of co-parenting in the public eye, mental health struggles magnified by social media, and the difficult balance between real life and creating content for views. Chrisean's breakdown moments humanized her in powerful ways that the drama often overshadowed. She emerged as a fighter and a devoted mother who had loved hard through an incredibly messy situation. Yet the repeated denial clearly stung at the deepest level, especially for the innocent child caught in the middle. Questions lingered heavily about whether another DNA reveal might surface, if another temporary reconciliation could happen, or if this truly marked the end of their long on-and-off era. Social media kept the pressure high with trending topics, fan edits, and reaction channels dissecting every second of their interactions. The latest explosion showed how quickly things could shift in their world. One moment Chrisean appeared to be moving forward with her boxing career and personal growth, and the next she found herself defending her family once again against fresh waves of doubt. Supporters pointed to her emotional lives as proof of genuine pain rather than mere performance. Critics, meanwhile, questioned the timing and intensity of her responses. Through it all, the baby remained the central focus for many, with fans urging both parents to prioritize his stability above their personal conflicts. Alleged new developments continued to emerge, including reports of jealous reactions and private conversations leaking into the public sphere. One clip that gained massive traction showed Chrisean speaking with clarity about not allowing anyone to rewrite history for convenience. Her words resonated strongly with audiences who had followed their journey from the beginning. Twitter threads analyzed every detail, from physical resemblances to past statements, creating a digital courtroom where everyone had an opinion. This chapter highlighted the exhausting nature of their public relationship. Years of passion, breakups, makeups, and shared parenthood had led to this point of open rejection and emotional turmoil. Chrisean's vulnerability in recent videos struck a chord, reminding viewers that behind the sensational headlines lived real people dealing with real consequences. Blueface's firm stance on the paternity issue created a clear divide that seemed harder to bridge with each passing statement. The internet showed no signs of losing interest. Reaction videos racked up millions of views as creators broke down the timeline and speculated about what might happen next. Hashtags dedicated to the drama trended repeatedly, drawing in new audiences who quickly became hooked on the chaotic story. Some fans expressed concern for Chrisean's well-being, calling for support in space, while others eagerly awaited the next twist that would undoubtedly come. Lingering questions hung over the entire situation. Could they find a healthy way to co-parent despite the public wounds? Would Chrisean's evidence eventually silence the doubts for good? Or would Blueface denials lead to more permanent separation? The story evolved hourly, with each new live stream or post adding another piece to the complicated puzzle. Supporters on both sides made their voices heard loudly, turning comment sections into battlegrounds of loyalty and skepticism. As the dust continued to settle from this latest explosion, one thing remained crystal clear. The love, pain, and drama between Chrisean Rock and Blueface had captured the attention of millions, and the world was still watching closely to see how this chapter would ultimately close. The latest developments left everyone wondering what shocking revelation might drop next in this endlessly fascinating saga. So here we are, family. After diving deep into this heartbreaking chapter, Chrisean Rock left devastated once again after another public rejection and paternity denial from Blueface. Their love story has been filled with raw passion, explosive chaos, shared parenthood, and now these deeply painful public breaks. From the highs of announcing their child to the lows of repeated denials and alleged plots for content, this couple has delivered endless drama that keeps the world watching. The family remains divided, social media stays in flames, and a devoted mother continues fighting visibly for her truth and her son's future. Blueface stands firm on his version of events, naming another man and seemingly closing the chapter for his own reasons. But is the full story truly out there? Will they ever find a way to co-parent peacefully despite everything? Or is another massive twist already waiting just around the corner, ready to pull them back into the spotlight? What do you believe? Is Blueface finally telling the truth after all this time? Or is he playing games with everyone's emotions? Does Chrisean hold the receipts that could shut it down once and for all? Drop your honest thoughts in the comments below. We read every single one, and this story genuinely needs your voice in the conversation. If this video shocked you, made you angry, or had you fully team Chrisean, smash that like button right now. Share it with anyone who has been following this wild saga, because the tea is still piping hot and spreading fast. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss the next update. This situation is far from over, and the drama continues to unfold in real time. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and remember that in these streets the truth has a way of surfacing when we least expect it. Peace.